Hi everybody and welcome back to our GenCon coverage. I've been looking for these guys for a while now. Fog of Love, the board game. This is the creator, Jacob, who is going to give us a quick overview of the game. How are you enjoying your con so far?
It goes amazingly well. So the reception has been through the roof. So we had hoped for a lot, to be honest. And it surpasses our hopes.
Well,
I'm so satisfied.
If you could do a quick pan, this is the only section in the con you have right now, but it's fully booked.
Yes.
Right? We had to actually kick some people out to get them to do a quick overview here. So speaking of the overview, Jacob, can you give us a quick rundown of the game?
Yes. So how long time do I have?
As long as you want. Go ahead.
Yeah, perfect. So this is a two-player game, a romantic comedy as a board game. You play two fictional characters that meet, fall in love, then try to make this relationship work.
Like real life?
Like real life. And in like real life, this can go good for both, so both can win, both can lose, or one can win and one can lose.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, I did not know that. I thought it was fully co-op or not. Oh, wow, okay.
Co-op. So actually, and it depends on the scenario play. We have 4 scenarios in the game.
Okay.
So in the intro scenario, you cannot break up. And it's more about making this work, so it's like a fast date. This is the Sunday morning date. The later scenarios, like this one, we have a later scenario here. You give this a year, and agree that you will find out if you break up or not after this year. So here we introduce the breakup cards. You can also get kids, you can get married. A lot of stuff can happen here. So the first thing you do is you create your character. And the way you do that is by choosing some traits. So initially you pick, you get 5 traits each. You can, I just take some random one here.
Yeah.
And show how, 5 and 5. Okay, so we have some traits and we build a character using these ones.
Right.
So, of course this is secret when you play. Because you get to know each other and you don't know who the person is.
I'll just put them this way, Jacob.
Yes, that's a good idea. So I can choose whatever I want. And I think it could be fun to be cocky. That's self-confident to a degree that is rude and arrogant.
Right.
I'm also intense, passionate, and I am irresponsible.
Yeah. That sounds like me. Irresponsible, cocky, and intense.
Very, very charming person.
Thank you very much.
Very charming. I can feel the intensity already. The other one makes another choice. I don't know what that is.
What she does.
This person. Oh my God.
She's not very nice, is she?
Pretentious, greedy, hypocrite. Okay.
Wow.
Let's say we are ambitious and promiscuous and
greedy.
Just
to have a different mind. Those are all. Let's do that.
Yes.
So you take 3 out of the 5.
Yes.
And I believe you place them here, correct?
Yes, correct. So these are your personality goals, and when you fulfill them in the end of the game, you get more happiness. So they are not like your ultimate goals, but a lot of your happiness depend on these.
And that will give you like points?
Yeah, so they give you satisfaction points.
Okay.
So, and satisfaction is important. And again, satisfaction is actually not the winning condition.
Okay.
Satisfaction is one of the winning conditions, and that actually depends on your destinies. So I can explain these right away.
Right.
Because that's one of the innovations we have in this game. So if you, for example, think about games like Dead of Winter,
yes,
that has been a big source of inspiration for us.
Okay.
There you have hidden roles.
Right, yes.
But in Dead of Winter, you get a random role, and then you play that. So if you are the traitor, you need to bluff, and that's who you are. You cannot change that.
That's right.
In this game, you actually choose your role as you play.
Okay.
So initially you have all possibilities available. In this scenario, we have 7 different destinies. Other scenarios have
a bit more or less.
Less.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's all of them.
These are all the destinies. Okay.
At least in the base game. In the expansions, there are more, but here there are only 7. And these define what you want in life and in the relationship. They're actually based on one of the best theories about how relationships work, because if you look at how relationships work, everybody has like a mindset about what is important for me in the relationship.
Right,
for
of
some,
course.
it's about having equality.
Yes.
So I'm happy with our relationship if we are equal.
Right.
But
But
for-
the other person,
But the other person might have a different perspective,
Right.
because the other person might be, I'm happy if I'm the dominant one.
right.
I'm perhaps an old-fashioned guy who wants to be the dominant one.
Right.
So I'm happy if I'm dominant. And if you're dominant and the other one wants to be equal, both
It's
cannot
good.
win.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends. So we have the destinies we have to show you. We have the love team. Here you care about your shared satisfaction. So for this, satisfaction points are important. And you also care about your balance here. I can explain that in a moment.
Okay.
So that's the love team. Equal partners. Here you want to be at the same level. So you don't care about having a lot of satisfaction, but you want to be at the same level.
Right. Now, but are these like for each? You choose one of each, or they're?
I can explain. So initially we have all 7 on hand,
Yeah.
and you play this game through the several chapters.
Okay.
So when chapter 1 is finished, you discard 3,
Yeah.
and you put them here. And then you discard in chapter 3 when you start that, you discard 2 more. And then in the finale, the
Okay.
last, you choose one.
So as the game progresses, you know more or less how you wanna tailor your destiny.
Yes, so you, as a real relationship, you initially play along, everything can happen.
Yeah.
All possibilities are open, you can break up, you don't know what happens.
Right.
Then, as you learn more about your partner and how this works,
It starts.
then you
yeah.
narrow down and say, okay, I believe in this, so I won't break up with you. So I
Okay.
put that away. And then later on you find out, oh no, this does not work. But then you have thrown that away so you cannot break up later.
Right.
Or perhaps you are very uncertain, so I think, okay, I keep my breakup, I want to have this option, but then other options are lost.
Right.
So you need to focus on where do I want to go with this relationship and how do I form this relationship. And you need to read your partner, where your partner is going with
How
this.
they're playing,
So
right.
that's a lot of the game is about understanding, okay, where's my partner going? Where am I going? Am I signaling this in a good way? Or am I bluffing because I could be the heartbreaker?
Right. Okay.
Or is my partner the heartbreaker? So there are a lot of...
And all these things are focused on here, correct? This
Yeah.
is how you.
Yeah. So what you do when you play the game is that you make choices, and these are that's the normal play is that you have let's say we have this one erotic movie. You have a hand of 5 cards,
Okay.
and when you play you choose one of the cards
Yeah.
and play it, and you play it here.
Okay.
And then you make a choice, A, B, or C. So erotic movie, that's actually a very simple card because that's just a partner chooses. So that's for you.
Right.
So I play this and say, okay, do you want to see this erotic movie with me? And you can pick A, B, or C.
Right.
And you might say that this is fun or fine, I'd love to do it, but I don't have time, or yuck, this is gross. So, and whatever you choose, you get personality tokens,
Right.
and then you place them here. And the way
And
you...
these match your traits, correct?
Exactly. So you have these traits. So if I'm this, you play this for me. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So I would.
You would do this one because that's the only one that would make you happy, correct?
Yes. So I have missed my schedule again. Or no, I have a deadline and I'm all over my head and stuff. I would love to do this, but I cannot have time.
Right.
So this is the responsible person who needs to do other stuff. Okay, so that's when you make this choice, you get a point.
And you put it.
You put it down here.
Yeah.
So, oh, sorry, put it down here.
Down.
Yeah, and that's how you build up your personality
Right.
tokens.
Because some of these, I just noticed, some of these have the arrows pointing down, and some that have them up.
Yes. So that in the end, when you look at these, you look at the balance, and they have here we only have individual balance goals. That means that you only care about your own tokens.
Okay.
So if I in the end have a balance of 3 or more pointing downwards,
Yeah.
it's fulfilled.
It is fulfilled.
So right now I have a balance of 2 because that's the difference.
Right.
So I need to have 1 more, and when I have this, I know for sure that
Then
this,
it's fulfilled.
yes, but and look at this in the end of the game.
At the end of the game, okay.
Yeah. And if I have fulfilled this, in this scenario, I would get 5 satisfaction points per trade. So in total, I can get 15 points from this.
Okay.
And many of these destinies, they say that you need, for example, for self-realization, you need to have 30 satisfaction.
Wow. Okay.
So that would be half of the needed satisfaction from this.
And the satisfaction, is it this here?
Yes.
That's right.
So you track it here.
Yeah.
So the way we have done this, so here we have...
once you go to 10, you put this one, and this would be like 12, 22, and so forth.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Okay,
that's how you track this. So in the end, some who play this and who are good, they can come up to maybe 60 satisfaction for a person. I've seen somebody get 70. That's like the maximum.
Okay,
so you can actually ignore this if you are playing a very harmonious couple where you really mind read well and you go up all the way. You can go very high.
Very high.
But if you are not very harmonious, this is important.
These are very nice components as well. I just noticed these are actual weighted poker chips. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, like the original version of Splendor, where you have these.
Yes, exactly. It reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah, so that was a. Yeah, so that's one.
Board
of the
is beautiful. It's very clean. It's very.
So that's one of the things I actually also want to tell about. So we have this game that we have increased the component quality to maximum. Like everything is the maximum quality that is possible. So we have the box is 3 millimeters thick. No other box on the market is so good quality.
Wow, yeah, I can feel this. I can. That's you got some UV printing, correct?
Yeah, so we have UV, and it's actually printed in 5 colors, not 4.
Wow.
So if you look closely, we have printed this in gray because it's more beautiful in gray than in black. But if you print in gray, you can check Time Stories. That's printed in gray, but Time Stories has a dot matrix pattern because in order to do gray, you need to have a dispersed pattern, unless you put another color into the printer. And we have taken one of the best printers in the world to achieve 5-color printing for this.
Wow,
so this is we have gone.
This is a labor of love about a game for love. Yes. That is amazing.
Yeah. And I can tell what the reason why this could be possible. We had a very good Kickstarter last year, so we added a lot of stuff through stretch goals. Then we got a very good deal. I don't know if you heard about that.
No?
No?
I did not. Oh, wait, actually I did. I did hear about this. I did hear about this from Walmart, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct.
I
did my research on you guys.
So we just announced this yesterday.
Yeah.
So Walmart saw this at Essen last year, and they fell in love with this. So we are the first exclusive game
that Walmart has.
Through Walmart.
That's amazing.
Walmart was jealous at the Target, because Target does well with these games and Walmart is competing.
Yeah.
So they want to do the same. They sent their chief buyer to Essen last year and also GenCon, but primarily to Essen. He found us and he was like, "This is amazing." When we talked, he said, I believe I didn't know who he was, but when we talked, he said, "Okay." He asked me a lot about distribution in the US, who we have, business stuff. And then I asked, "Who are you?" And then he gave me his business card, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then he said, "I want this."
That's amazing.
So I thought, okay, do you don't negotiate? No, I want this.
That is amazing.
So he has been extremely supportive, and actually he gave us no boundaries at all. We could do whatever we want.
That's awesome.
And they made a huge order, and this huge order meant that we could have a better scale of production. Better scale of production gives you a lower cost per copy.
Right, yeah,
and
because they're massive. Yeah.
Yes, and what we chose to do is to invest all the savings back in the game rather than take it ourselves.
Awesome.
So that's why we can
That's why you could have these great production.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we have made, for example, these token boxes.
And these come in the game?
Yes. Nobody. Is there any game out there with this?
None that I know. That is unbelievable.
So we have done, everything is like fantastic. Because I like good games myself.
Yes.
And this is a game that is it is a
this is a labor of love. I can tell. Like I said, we were looking for you guys right off the bat. I didn't know you were here. No. I'm glad I found you. We will have review copies for Fog of Love. So stay tuned for Bored to Death. We will show a review of this game. I'm pretty sure, spoiler alert, that I'm gonna like this game because I've already seeked it out personally. Jacob, thank you very much. I wish you all the success. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.